Hello and welcome to our video on Ad Hominem Media Bias. In this video, we will be discussing what Ad Hominem Media Bias is, why it's problematic, and some examples of how it manifests in the media. Ad hominem, a Latin phrase that means to the person or against the man, is a class of debating tactics that involves attacking the person making an argument rather than the substance of their argument. Ad hominem attacks are frequent in the media and can be a type of prejudice that calls into question the veracity of the data being presented. This sort of fallacious reasoning is used when an argument is refuted by attacking the person delivering it rather than the argument itself. These attacks can be a form of media bias and have a lot of impact on public opinion. Ad hominem attacks in the media can take many different forms, such as direct criticisms of a person's personality, intelligence, circumstances, or background. They aim to discredit the person delivering the argument rather than debating the validity of the argument. This strategy can be highly effective in swaying public opinion because it appeals to feelings rather than logic. Ad hominem attacks can also distort the truth or draw attention away from the real problem at hand, which is another way the media can be biased. The media can draw attention away from the argument's core points and toward the person expressing them by focusing on the speaker. This could result in a circumstance where the audience is more intrigued by the personality of the individual rather than the issue being discussed. Ad hominem tactics can also be employed to denigrate the speaker, which denigrates the message as a whole. This is particularly valid when the argument comes from someone with a certain political agenda or allegiance. Even when an argument is sound, the media might imply that it is prejudiced or defective by criticizing the person's character. This strategy may be particularly successful when the person in question already has a poor public image. Ad hominem attacks can also function as a sort of media bias by putting two people or groups on a falsely equal level. This can occur when the media attempts to portray two individuals or groups as equally valid, even if one has more credibility or expertise than the other. So, even if one argument is more convincing than the other, the media might imply that both have equal weight. Ad hominem media bias can also be used to validate prejudices and stereotypes. The media can reinforce unfavorable stereotypes and biases by disparaging a person because of their ethnicity, gender, or religion. This can be especially harmful when the person delivering the argument is a member of a minority group. Ad hominem criticism can further marginalize the person in these circumstances and make it more challenging for their argument to be taken seriously. There are several reasons why ad hominem media bias occurs. Firstly, it can be a result of a journalist's personal bias and worldview. If a journalist disagrees with a particular individual or group, they may be more likely to focus on their personal flaws rather than engaging with their arguments. Secondly, ad hominem media bias can be a result of the pressure to generate clicks and views. Sensational headlines and personal attacks can be more attention-grabbing than substantive discussions of policy proposals, which can lead to more clicks and views. Finally, ad hominem media bias can be a result of the increasing polarization of media and society at large. When people are deeply divided on issues, it can be tempting to attack the character of those with whom we disagree, rather than engaging with their arguments. Ad hominem attacks have a big potential to affect public opinion. When used by the media, these attacks have the potential to foster mistrust and cynicism. Due to this, the public may become less receptive to engaging with difficult problems and less inclined to believe the media to be a reliable source.